What's up, guys? Welcome to Truck and Talk Thursday, right after the holidays. I'm recording this on a Tuesday, since Christmas was Sunday. We are making a haul of toys from Las Vegas to Los Angeles. So, an awesome haul. Hopefully... Oh, sorry, we got a parking brake on. That's not good. Should also have our four-way flashers on here, too, but you know me. There we go, parking brakes off. Alright. So I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas, those of you who are celebrating Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful New Year as well. I know I sure will. And I hope the New Year is prosperous and, just goes great for you guys. I hope everything that you guys want comes true in the new year. I hope it's prosperous for you guys. For me, it's been okay. It's been a ride. Not gonna lie and say it's been perfect, because most of you guys know it's not been perfect. But Christmas was great. I did get a little lonely, a little sad, but I have things going on that, some of my friends weren't feeling well, and I feel bad because sometimes I feel as if out of my friends, I'm sometimes the luckier one out of all my friends. And I'm one of those guys where it's like, if you're not having fun, I'm not having fun either. But it was a good time, don't get me wrong. I was through it, but whatever. So that was that, really. I got to talk to another YouTube guy during Christmas, which I thought was really cool. He's not in the diecast collecting car community. He's in the what is known as moto vlogging community. He's a motorcycle enthusiast, and it was cool to just talk to him for a few minutes. I sent him a little funny picture relating to motorcycles, and I'm just glad he liked it. So, but Christmas was good, and then the day after, my mom travels down to Maryland, and we go visit family in Maryland, which is always a fun experience. And since I'm a little bit older, my one cousin loves to enjoy sharing drinks with people, so we had a little bit of Christmas cheer there. And oh, what happened? I think I went a little too far. All right, it's been a while since I've driven, and I swear there's nothing in my orange juice. I got to hear from Joe. Sorry to name drop Joe, but it was just cool to hear from you. I thought things, may have happened, like you stopped watching my videos, or maybe I just grew apart, which it does. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys, that does happen with people, and I try to avoid it as much as possible, but it is inevitable. There are going to be people that think I'm cool, and then I say the wrong thing, and, we grow apart. But for the meantime, enjoy the ride. So Christmas was fun. After Christmas was fun. New Year should be good for me. I'm just looking forward to my classes and finishing out my next year at University of Delaware and graduating. That's what I look forward for the new year, and possibly getting a good job. I'm not going to say, getting a good job, because it's not guaranteed, but if I know me, I'll land on my feet. I usually do well. I'm still waiting for grades back from my previous class, and I don't think I did that bad, but, And I'm just, I'm tired. It was a fun, tiring thing, though. Christmas is... And I didn't even really do that much for Christmas. My mom was the one who did most of the decorating, did most of the cooking. We had prime rib, which was awesome. and my nephews go over like their dad's house, and then my sister came over our house. They came over the house later, the nephews, and it was just a fun time watching them unwrap gifts and be all joyous and stuff. So the holidays are fun. I can't lie. So it's really that about the holidays. I want to do a video recap where I'm not driving. I feel that doing this new thing in my channel where I do the simulated drives is fun. I know there's a lot of people who don't watch these videos because they're long and it doesn't really interest them, but for the few of you who do watch, I'm glad you like them. I'm glad you guys stick around, watch them, listen to them, comment when you can, and I do understand people get busy and everything. And I try to reach out to you as much as possible, because I know myself, I don't like when you post a comment on a channel and if people don't get back to you. It makes you feel like, oh, what, they think they're better than me. And, the mind starts doing things to you. You start creating stories and narratives and things. But, So, now, I did get to see a video by the guy I was talking about, Shade Tree Surgeon. He's a motorcyclist. He sometimes has bombastic and foul language in his videos, but one thing he was talking about was how there was a little argument type thing. Some people got their feelings hurt because one guy said one thing about another guy, and then it just grew and grew, and he's like, you know what, no, I'm going to be the mediator between this, which is why I really do like the guy. He's very witty, very intellectually based. He's kind of who I wish I could be sometimes, So I watched his video, and one of the things that really spoke to me was about him liking YouTube because he's made friends through YouTube, and he doesn't really do YouTube as a career, but he just enjoys doing YouTube, and that's kind of what I like. And also too, he said about how his channel's kind of, a personal channel. He lets you see a lot of what he goes through, his world in his channel. And I feel to an extent that's what I wanted to do last year when I talked about my Thanksgiving vlog last year, how I wanted to kind of change up and give you guys a little bit more exposure into who I really am. And let me know in the comments if I've done that, if you've been around long enough. I mean, if you haven't, it's cool. Let me know if there's anything more. I'd love to do a Q&A video, but due to time restraints and things, like I wanted to do a Q&A during the new year, but since this will come out on eve of New Year's Eve, I really don't have time to post it all over Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, so. But I might do a Q&A later, like maybe in the summer. It just depends on how busy I am. So. And since I'm slowly going over the speed limit, I'd like to put cruise control on this truck. Yeah, there we go. There's cruise control. I know I'm leaving a lot because I'm looking down at my keyboard trying to figure out where the keys are for certain things, and trying to figure out where other things are. So, oh, my cruise control is not on. Okay, that's not good. I also did see, like I said in my previous video, there were a lot of people posting about, sometimes the holidays aren't really the happiest for us because things happened, we miss family members and things and stuff like that. And I get that. Sometimes people that made an impression on you aren't able to be with you, and I do get that. And that's why I didn't want to do anything around, that's why I don't really want to make videos around the holidays, because I feel like sometimes I bring you guys down. However, a lot of you do leave little comments that do make me laugh, which is awesome. I do appreciate that. And I try not to sound, down and depressed. I try to be happy, and I try to, be positive. I like to laugh. I try to make other people laugh. I mean, I have a great day if I can make somebody laugh. So. But some of the things are, around the holidays, this one person who's, Facebook calls them friends. I call them people I just keep tabs on. One of them posted up about, their boyfriend just made their first big boy purchase, and it's a 2010 or whatever, the new Dodge Ram 1500. And, I'm so proud of him. And a lot of you guys know that my whole focus of my channel revolves around transportation, driving, and I mean, when it comes to anything with wheels, any form of transportation I enjoy, I want to be all about it. Semi-trucks are a big thing with me, and pickup trucks are an even better thing with me, but, I got a little jealous, got a little hurt, but then again, I just remembered the source. It's like, okay. And of course, I tell my mom about this, and she's like, yeah, well, anybody can buy anything on credit. Which kind of reminded me of that song, that country tune that I had when I was talking about my grandfather. Daddy never was a Cadillac guy. There's one part of that song that goes, thought I was real cool, bought a big car out of high school, cruising around the old neighborhood. Seen Papa after church on a Sunday, said you're going to have to come riding with me on someday. And then he asked me how I bought it. I told him on credit. He just smiled and laughed. I'll never forget it. That's the kind of guy I'd probably be. Because it's like, he bought this big fancy truck, but yet I don't really know the guy, so I could just be, judging really hard here, which I'm known to do. But from what I remember, he kind of like lives up in the northern part of the state, and it's not like Canada where it snows, 3 feet every day. Don't get mad at me, you Canadian guys. I know that's probably just a gross overestimate of how much it snows there, but it's not like he's hauling stuff all the time and he really needs a big truck with all this power. He just bought it because he thought it was cool. But it's like, and the other thing is, he's happy now. He's going to be crying when he sees that like over half of his paycheck goes to his truck. And then when he needs to replace the transmission on that thing, boy, is he going to be hurt. Because transmissions on Rams aren't really known for having good transmissions. I know you guys have probably, who've been driving and drive Mopar cars or Chryslers or Dodge Rams, are going to be like, nope, has the strongest, most bulletproof transmission. What do I know? I'm just a kid. I've never really driven anything or had a car for a while, so say what you will, but again, something's going to come up maintenance-wise, and he's going to be a little hurt. But also I'm thinking, this is a guy who bought, and what's the average price of like a regular car these days? Like $30,000, so it's a pickup truck. And it's not just a pickup truck, it's a Ram 1500. So of course it's probably more than that. Where my dream truck, my 1987 F-150 Lariat short bed special, would only cost me $8,000. I know a lot of you guys are like, that's still too high for a 30-year-old truck. But it would only cost me $8,000 and I'd be done. That's private seller, no rust, runs good. Of course, I don't know. This is what they said on the ad, the Auto Trader ad, but I'm thinking. So this guy goes out, buys a new truck. Whatever, dude. I just get, again, it wasn't really the fact that he got a new truck. It's just the fact that this person treated me kind of like crappily, and yet I'm so small and vain that I see everybody who treated me crappily and kind of made my life not so nice at times, and I don't want to see them doing good. But then again, that's not Christian of me. So that looks like probably the perfect time to downshift. That's probably about perfect gear range where I should be. Should probably be in 6 low. My mouse is all moving and stuff. Sorry about that jumpy camera, guys. It's just my mouse is moving and I kind of need to move it, but... Oh, okay. See, I'm looking at the GPS. It's on the right. It's on everybody's right. And that kind of shows you that it's an intersection, so I just didn't know it was one of those. You got a bridge over 2 lanes of traffic, so, or multiple lanes. We're almost there. Saying we got about 3 hours left on our haul. 3 hours and like 39 minutes, so. Let's turn those high beams off. Let's turn those headlights off. And who knows, guys? I might move into an area that has maybe a little less restrictions on driving on a restricted license. And I might be able to get a job and get to a point where it's more, where it's more beneficial for me to drive. Right now it really isn't, because I'd have to go to school, find a place to park, pay for parking, and my vision is bad, but there's certain places that I've heard where the vision requirements are not as strict as Delaware. So. And then also I've heard there's like certain states that have these schools that will assess you based on your vision and see with maybe training you can get certain licenses, which would be nice. I mean, I don't want to brag and I don't want to say that I'm entitled to drive, but it's like, I'm not one of these guys, this is just me. I'm not one of those guys who would take his car to a shop and complain about every little thing. I mean, I'd be out there pretty much. I'm one of those guys where my car, my daily driver, would probably be my hobby car. And I've done some thinking since my video talking about first cars. Yeah, my dream truck, only $8,000, but probably not the greatest thing for a first-time driver to have, because the weight's not evenly distributed. But what I'd buy is a 1990 to 2000, whenever they stopped making them, Ford Crown Victoria Police Special. Now, the reason I'd buy one of those is they're built really strong, a lot of metal, a lot of body, evenly weighted, not really that easy to kill. There's plenty of them out there, and there's probably plenty more of them out in junkyards, so I could get parts easily. I've seen people doing repairs on them, but I'd like to just go to a police lot and buy an old used one from, something that had a little bit of road service. So. But who knows? That's something for me just to keep in the back of my mind. Yeah! I love doing that. Just shifting, slowing the truck down, letting off the gas, pushing in the clutch, and then just truck goes shifting the truck. We are really speeding here. Engine brake, don't fail me now. There we go, I had to clutch it. Yeah, I know, I went from 7th high to 6th low in a really quick succession. So. Double clutch time. Anybody coming? Looks like we're good. Yeah, don't need to shift. But no, so that would be nice, just, you know. And I like that, going back to driving, the reason why I picked the Ford truck, and I know a lot of you guys are either Chevy fans or Ford fans. Some of you are probably like, why would you want a Ford? Just something about the way the truck looks. I've seen a lot of 80s to 90s F1, like late 80s to early 90s F-150s on the road, so they just seem like they're out there. They don't seem like they're too horrible to maintain, take care of. Oh. There we go. I'm still trying to get the hang of double clutching. There we go. But, and it's just a body style type thing. I'll say it, I'm a little bit of an eccentric type of guy. I'm a bit of a kooky guy. I'm a little flashy at times, but when it comes to pickup trucks, you know, I like my trucks a little bit kind of on the blander side. I know it's nothing too, you know, out there. It's pretty much like a kid's drawing of a truck body style wise, but it's just what I like. I know some of you guys out there have probably drive F-150s and are in agreement with me, or like, yeah, I like the older ones from about, you know, I want to say from about 87 or maybe 85 to about 90s, well, I know to 96, because then they changed it and started going with what I call the rounder style. I don't really like the 96 as much. I like the older square ones. Speaking of F-150s, there goes one, but that's the newer one. So, plus being around my brother, working on, you know, cars, doing things that we could do, I think I have, you know, a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of time, and the internet's a beautiful place to learn how to do things. And plus, a truck like that doesn't have a lot of sophisticated computer systems, so things aren't as hard to work on when they don't have sophisticated computer systems or codes to check. I mean, I don't know. I do look forward to driving. Who knows? For a while, it's something to keep in the back of my mind. But I do get my kicks driving the big rigs through the simulator, and a lot of people say, well, don't discredit the simulator. You know? I know it's not exactly like driving in real life. You know, you guys see me in car accidents in this game, and it's nothing compared to, you know, the real horror damage that occurs when a semi-truck hits a car. So, and that's the thing that most people are afraid of. They're afraid that I'll hit something or I'll get really banged up due to my vision. So, and I understand that's a legitimate fear. It's like why I keep, you know, telling my mom, you know, I'd like, if I could see well enough, I'd like to get a motorcycle. And now I'm to the point where it's like, oh man. Now I'm to the point where it's like, you know, I want not really a motorcycle, but more of a dirt bike. Oh, that's the emergency brake. I need to park in the trailer brake. Oh. Trying to do it with the trailer brake, but I need to downshift here. There we go. Slowly but surely we're crawling. There we go. Oh, hang on. I need it even lower. So, not my best job driving, but it's the best that I could do. Is this a green light? I can't tell. Yeah, light screen. Driving a 54-footer of toys to a Best Buy. There we go. Not horrible, but not one of my better drives, guys. And we're going to do just pull straight in. We're going to play it safe here. Yeah, this is another thing where I'm not so good at. I think the more and more I play it, the more I need, like, practice at pulling these trailers in, but hey. Oh boy. There we go. Alright, I'm deploying the park and brake. I'm hitting T and I'm calling this one done. Still did excellent. No damage penalty. Made 14,000 on that run, which was awesome. I've got Wheels of Skill as my level rank, so. Alright guys, thanks for sticking with me. I know that was longer than the last one. And I kind of do run out of things to say while doing this, but I do enjoy driving. And I know some of you guys enjoy coming along with me. Let me know about the camera angle if that's a little bit better. I'll also be doing, checking my own thing with review-wise. So, later. See you in the next one.